welcome to Up to Speed. I'm Katie Hargett, and we have moved out of the studio to the streets of Toronto, James Hinchcliffe's hometown. But James, I got to talk about this big comeback from Iowa. You went from missing the Indianapolis 500 to victory lane at Iowa Speedway. When the caution came out and the checkered flag flew, how much relief washed over you?
A lot, because we weren't going green again. I think that was the immediate relief. But no, you know, for this group, for everything that we went through in the month of May to bounce back, we always knew we could do it. It was just kind of to show everybody else and to kind of prove it to ourselves a little bit, and they deserve it. They worked so hard, and everybody suffered a lot, obviously, with what happened in May. So to get the win in Iowa was extra special.
We all saw the faces you put on, the team player faces that said, you know what, we're going to take this lick and we're going to bounce back from the month of May in Indianapolis. But what happened behind the scenes? What were those conversations like?
Obviously, there was a lot of analysis as to what exactly went wrong, and you know how, if we're ever in that position in the future, we can behave differently, act differently, and make different decisions to stop that. But you know, at the end of the day, right from I guess Monday morning, it was a lot of positive attitude. You know, it was a lot of people still believing in the group and believing in themselves, and you know, I'm really impressed with the way these guys bounced back. We had this pipe dream of showing up to Detroit and winning both races. That didn't quite play out, but since Detroit, honestly, the 5 car has been on a really good run of really well executed races on Sundays, and if we can keep that going for the rest of the season, it just proves we're doing something right here, and hopefully we can claw back a few more points in the championship.
I had a chance to talk to your dad right after you missed the race, and he said, you know what, we've had worse Mays, and even just talking about it gives me goosebumps. How much of that translated to you?
A lot. You know, I think we were in a unique position as a group on the 5 car to honestly be able to say we've had worse days than this at Indianapolis. And you know, a lot of the guys on the car were still on the car in 2015 and lived through that whole episode. And we bounced back from that stronger than ever. And I think we kind of used that experience as motivation and you know a kind of proof of concept that yeah, you can get kicked down, but getting back up, you can do it and you can come back stronger.
We're now 2/3 through the 2018 season. What's the goal for the remaining races?
Honestly, I think kind of keep executing on Sundays like the way we have been the last couple races. It's all about not making mistakes in the series. You know, you don't always need the fastest car over a lap, and you know, certainly we want to try and find some qualifying pace. Overall, we haven't been as a team necessarily where we want to be. You know, apart from Robbie's pole in St. Pete, obviously we haven't had any others, and we need to be starting up front. That really helps the cause on Sundays. But you don't necessarily need the best car over one lap. You need it over a race distance. We've been doing that pretty well. And like I said, minimizing mistakes, improve qualifying a little bit, and then really just kind of start gearing up and getting this group ready for 2019.
Good luck the rest of the season, James, and thanks so much for joining us. There's now 5 races remaining in the Verizon IndyCar Series season. I'm Katie Hargett, and now you're up to speed.
Watch the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio, July 29th at 3 p.m. on CNBC.